In this episode, we prepare the completion of Phase 3 by setting up an adaptive control unit manufacturing, expand our Caterium factory in order to automate AI limiter production, start a factory setup for an output of 4 crystal oscillators per minute, and more. Yo, hello everybody and welcome back to Prone to Play in my Let's Play series of Satisfactory. In the last episode we got our hands on some explosive stuff such as the Nobelisks and the rifle, and in this episode we are going to continue to automate some parts or the production of some parts that we do not have automated yet. Because as I said in the last episode, although I kind of took a little detour on this regard, I said that I wanted to focus a little bit more on the automation of processes, so this is why we are going to first change a non-automated process, that is, because some time has passed and we now have more than enough of modular motors, 751 to be exact. And we are going to change this setup to a production of adaptive control unit, because this is the last part for completing the phase 3. So let me store these really quick. This is full. In case you were wondering why there is one single storage container that has a different color than the other ones, it was because before I expanded my automated storage process, this one was the last one where everything undefined got collected, and so I colored this differently, but I did not consider that my storage system might expand as soon as we unlock further parts. So yeah, I'm just leaving it for now because it fits the color scheme of packaged fuel anyways. But that is simply the reason for this. Now let me store everything so I have enough room to take this out. Bring this to the storage really quick. This is full already, so we are going to sync that really quick. By the way, I think we have another 35 coupons available at the moment, and in between episodes I did some shopping and purchased the label sign bundles, the display sign and the billboard set, in order to be able to do some further cosmetics and to experiment a little bit, but I will show that in just a second. Where is my iron plates? Let me just grab some new. Oh yeah, it's probably in here. Here. Okay, and now we change the recipe to the adaptive control unit, and for that we actually need a 4th container. Is anything over 60 per minute? No, it's not. So let me make some space in my inventory again. Sorry for the confusion. Now we need, in order to produce 100 control units, 750 automated wiring. There's no other use for this at the moment, so let's dump a whole container into here. Then we need circuit boards. We need 500 of those. And our temporary setup prepared us some more, so let's do double the amount just in case we have an overproduction. But these are actually currently very limited available, so Let's resign this decision and do this. This is a little bit over, but yeah, I will simply take out the excess later. And then we need 100 heavy modular frames and 100 computers. And then the automated production for the adaptive control unit is going to start. Now this will take only, since we only need 100 of those, and they have the same output time as the modular engines, because yeah, they take double the amount of time, but they come out, the output is always a pair of adaptive control units, so it's roughly the same per minute. And in 40 minutes we will have the 100 remaining adaptive control unit, and then all the necessary project parts in order to complete phase 3. But the main focus of today is not completing phase 3 in general, but instead I want to automate some other parts as well. So the first focus for today is automating the AI limiters, because every now and then we need additional ones, and for now we only have these that were the output of the temporary setup that we had much earlier. It's actually quite some time in the past right now, excuse me. And in order to produce AI limiters, I think they don't have an alternate recipe whatsoever, so there's no need to wait for a better recipe. So let's simply take copper sheets, add them to quick-wire, which we produce, I think, 420 per minute over there. And there should be a copper or close by, a copper node, kind of close by our current Caterium factory. So the plan for today is to set up a miner house over here, feed the copper ore all the way down to the Caterium factory, and add an additional room for some AI limiters. It's not the scope to go crazy with this, but with everything else, the more we have automated and producing passively in the background while we are focusing on other stuff, the better, because we do not have to worry once we have need for further AI limiters. So we will need nothing for the miner house. We have enough for this. Just double checking, maybe some rotors. Let me pick up some more rotors and some encased industrial beams, just to be sure. And then we are on our way to our Caterium factory. And I simply realized that I could drive to the copper ore directly, because this is the starting point for our topic, and get this rock really quick out of the way. Then we put down some foundations. Maybe on this height. This might be too steep for a miner house, but I have to check. What about a little bit higher up, or maybe even like this? Okay, let's try to hook it up here. And everything is actually easier with a lookout tower. Now this looks a little bit messy for now because half of the foundations are sunken in. Yeah, this is clipping really hard. I don't think we can do this over here. Well, oh, I actually don't have the mobile miners. Let me simply put down the miner, start with the project, and then I will figure out something later. Okay, then we have to go all the way. Okay, I will care about the cosmetics later, but I simply chose to drag this around the corner and keep the space of these iron nodes open, just in case if I want to make use of them in the future. I probably won't, but you never know. And yeah. There's a little bit of space left for the limestone over here as well, so in total... whoops. Damn it. In total this should be fine. Let's bring our car over here. And then I think we will simply expand this a little bit. Oh, I actually forgot to craft the copper into copper sheets first. But let's see. AI limiters. We need 100 quick wire, which we can afford easily. Yeah, and one assembler would produce 300 AI limiters per hour, and for basic needs every now and then this is way more than enough, although the... Let's just do double. I don't know, wait, this is a normal node, so we have 120. Yeah, let's simply do 10 AI limiters per minute, just because the resource points are higher for an AI limiter than they are for the quick wire, and this gets synced anyways all the time, so yeah, why not sync in AI limiters instead? Okay, so we have the plan, and I actually think... Will I convert the... I think I will change and bring the copper sheets over here instead of the raw ore. So we will put up a setup for crafting over here instead. But I don't want to mess with the incline over here, so I think we will start around here. And this should be 120, yes. So we need 4 smelters. Everything producing copper ore. And Mark II is sufficient. So, up next, we need constructors. Let's do it the other way around. And we have room for 6 of them, I think. Yeah, we have 120, and this will create a little bit of excess. Maybe I will do a third assembler even, in order to produce 12 AI limiters, because we have 60 copper sheets available. Okay, everything with the correct recipe. I know that this is easier with blueprints, but yeah, the quantity is not that high that it makes sense to create a blueprint for this, because it doesn't take too long, and I think we only need Mark I belts over here, since we have an output of 60 copper sheets. Okay, now let me hook up the miner and then connect everything to power really quick. Bring a conveyor belt all the way to the Caterium factory, and then I will resume. Okay, and everything is hooked up, and the conveyor belt leads now to the Caterium factory. And without further ado, let's hook up the miner to power. And in a few seconds, the iron ore, or the copper ore, excuse me, will be fed into the smelters, which will craft the ingots then into copper sheets by the constructors here. And I changed the layout of the foundations over there a little bit, but you will see in a minute. One quick double check again. If everything is hooked up as intended. This one gets more as well, alright. This one is a Mark III, no need to. Okay, and this should be alright as well. Okay, nice. Now, hello? I turned right here for the with the foundations for the conveyor belt of the copper sheets again, and this way we should be able to feed this right down here. Maybe like this. It's not quite fitting. Maybe if we start the other way around. But anyways, whether or not this works out now, I will do some polish of the look in between episodes. Is high enough? Not quite. This is too high now. Maybe like this. Is this not aligned to the world grid? I thought everything should connect. Yeah, let's leave the gap for now and work with half ramps maybe in the future. And instead focus on, whoops, get this working. Now, maybe with some lifts here again. I think lifting up the copper sheets will look cleaner than the quick wire. Maybe like this. And copper sheet already on the way. So let's see that we get our quick wire. Now, how much do we need anyways? If we do AI limiters, 100%, need 100, another 100, which leaves us with 10 copper sheet, and then we need 40. Okay, so 240 quick wire. And you produce 60. 180. Let's disconnect this. This one is in the correct direction. Maybe like this, and then we need some splitters again. Over here, correct. Over here. Is this one the underclocked one? Yes, okay, so Mark 1 belt here is alright. Alright, now this one is not hooked up either yet. Connect and connect. And all that's left now is to hook up the assemblers to power. First ones are producing already, and now we simply merge everything. On one line. Feed it into one storage container, maybe over here. And here we have our first AI limiters getting produced automatically. Nice. Okay. Now once this is up and running continuously, we have 12 as an output per minute. And we never should see any gaps on this Mark 1 belt, since the output over there is 60 copper sheets at max. Okay, nice. I like how this turned out. Although it's not looking neat at all at the moment. I haven't put a roof on this building anyway, so maybe I will do this. I will make this look like a complete building, do some cosmetics in between this and the next episode. But for now, at least we have our AI limiters running automated. Okay, and for the next one, I actually want to change up the schedule a bit, because although it says circuit boards as a next to do, we actually are more close by to the spot where I want to set up the crystal oscillators. So let me drive back to where we started. And here we are, once again. Now, this is the spot where I want to set up an automated process for the crystal oscillators. Not that many per minute, but at least we will have them crafted, automated. And we have everything actually that's necessary for this. We have the quartz crystal up and running right behind this corner. And the iron production over here, it's now currently running again, because in order to set up the copper sheets for the AI limiters, I had to come here and pick up some more iron plates because I ran out. But This will be backed up any second now. So yeah, there's basically no use for this resource here, since we have replaced this with a basic setup right at our current bases. And same is for the wire and the cable, so we have copper available here as well. And this is basically everything that we need in order to produce crystal oscillators, because they take reinforced iron plates, they take cable, and they take quartz crystal. So let's double check really quick. Since we do not need that much quartz crystal at the moment, how much do we have to spare per minute? I think I do want to keep some excess, just in case we will do cosmetics and we need this in the future. But we have 4 constructors producing 22.5 quartz crystal per minute, which adds up to 90 quartz crystal per minute. And for 1 crystal oscillator per minute we need 18. 90 divided by 18 would be an exact amount of 5 crystal oscillators. This is a little bit... yeah, this is a perfect ratio, so maybe use this again, but the other limiting factors are... we would need 12.5 reinforced iron plates per minute, and could do so with 1 assembler using our alternate recipe. But this would take us 75, around 100 and 150. I think this is too much iron ore necessary. Okay, for now I will plan with 4 crystal oscillators, and I will do some refurbishment over here, delete everything that's not necessary, and once this is done we will put up, or we will, then craft our setup for the crystal oscillator production together again. So yeah, let me clean up this place a little bit and then I will see you in a minute again. Okay, I cleaned up a little bit. Now basically everything is gone, and as you can see I already placed a miner house over there at the iron node and already prepared foundations to do the same on this copper node. I finally decided to get rid of the biomass burners as well. Maybe I will set them up again at the coal generator side, so that we have all power generators combined at one place. But I want to have the space available at the moment here and also have everything cleaned up. And while cleaning up I was wondering how to set up this place, and I decided to proceed as follows. As you can see on this miner house, in a minute or in a second, I replaced the conveyor hole in the wall, not from down under here, right above up to there. And the plan is actually to have the level of the brick of the production building a little bit above where I'm standing now, so up in the air instead of plain on the ground. And this will make things easier to set up with this unsteady ground, and this is also the reason why I lifted all the iron production sites over there a little bit as well. So the plan is to set up the miner building here. This is done already. The copper miner building over here, and then have the logistics meet in between. So in this area here where I'm standing right above my head, the production will take place. The quartz will actually be fed or dragged from over there, because right behind this mountain the quartz crystal and the silica gets produced, and both the output will be brought up to here as well, so that we have the parts available for pickup over here, and I don't have to run around at the very edge or to the very edge of the map every time I want to pick up something. So we will consolidate all the goods in this building that is about to be created over here, and then we have all 3 input parts for the crystal oscillator once we craft this iron into reinforced iron plates and this copper into cable and get the quartz crystal here as well. And then we will set up the manufacturers for the crystal oscillators. So let me first start with preparing some foundations, and then we will start to build up our factory. Okay, this is the basic foundation prepared already, and I decided to handle logistics with a dedicated logistics floor again, because I only did this at the moment at the steel factory, and for the other sites or production setups I simply dragged the conveyor belts in between the machines directly, because I didn't want to bother with the logistics floor handling and so on. But since this will be a production site with all kinds of machines, with 3 different inputs, with constructors and smelters and assemblers and manufacturers all at once, I do want to take the time to have it look a little bit more clean and nice. So I will work with at least 1 logistics floor and then decide how I will handle the additional needed space, whether or not there will be an additional floor above this one, because I'm worrying about getting too high up and clipping into this rock bow or arc. Maybe instead I will extend the factory in this direction. But yeah, we will see in the future how things turn out. This is at least the basic start idea. And now we will simply start by setting up the cable factory. And then work our way from easy stuff to more complex stuff. I was not sure if it was connected. It made a click sound, so this indicates usually that the conveyor belt is connected to the lift, but just to be sure. Our maximum output of this miner is 120, so let's prepare. Let's prepare 4 smelters, and whether or not we need all the copper, we have the necessary setup in order to handle all the output. Simply go here and the last one over here. Only one more splitter needed. Oh, forget it. Let's simply put down Mark II conveyor lifts and belts so that there's no shortage because we forget it in the future. Okay, everything set to copper ingots again. Now we need a lot of wire. Is there any point in doing something else? I don't think so. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so then we will merge everything together again. I will deal with the conveyor belts later, but for now I want to lay out the logistics. One, 2, 3, 4 on this side, 4 on the other. Although it does take a lot more space than I expected. I think I want to change my plan and instead extend the copper production in this direction, so I have enough room for the iron production side or department, because as I said, I don't want to extend the building in this direction because I don't want to clip into this arc, but here we should be safe. So, and also, although I'm using the default foundations, I don't have enough iron plates. Then let's get ugly and switch up to the concrete version. Now, although I'm using the concrete version or fix-it foundation or whatever, I have not decided about the optic of this plant. For now I want to have the basic setup, and then I will think about how this place has to, or how I want this place to look like, and also go into the awesome shop, unlock further different options for cosmetics so that we can put up some variety. But I'm not 100% sure how we will do this. This is centered. Then let's go in this direction. If we put wire out of here, we double the amount, so it's 240 at max. Yeah, this can be handled by one Mark III belt easily, so no point in splitting it up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops. 8. Okay. Again, I have no idea whether or not this wire will be needed. Maybe I craft it all into cable in a minute. But there's no point in not using the copper. Since we have no space issues in this desert. A lot of space to work with. Okay, everything here is connected for now. Although I just said I didn't want to bother at the moment. Now merge everything in this direction. And then we have 240 wire. And how many? And then we just need 4 more constructors to craft these into cable. So we go like this. Oh yeah, why am I setting up the logistics over here? I just laid out the logistics floor down under. I will change this in between episodes, but yeah, this is the basic setup for our copper production. We have 120 copper ore coming out of this house, getting smelted into ingots, getting crafted into 240 wire, and then 240 wire will be converted into 120 cable per minute. And considering 4 crystal oscillators per minute, we only need 56, so close to 50% of this. And yeah, we have to see how we will use the remaining 64. Okay, the next one is the quartz crystal is getting delivered here ready as is. Let's delete this line, so... Oh, I can't. Maybe let's do this for now. And then the ore will come out from here. There's actually no point to lay out the logistics. As I just said, I want to have it clean beneath. Okay, so 4 smelters. One, two, three, four. Okay, now I have to think. Because I think the screws will take some space for all the constructors necessary. What I also could do is tap into the coal. Produce a tiny amount of steel beams. How much do I need again? I need 60 plates, and that's 3 constructors, and 120 screws, that's another 3. Okay, no need. That's way less than I expected. So... let's leave some space over here. Do 3 constructors for iron plates. And 3 for screws. Now we need 2 assemblers. Maybe around here for the reinforced iron plates. And then we have everything we need. And now we actually need space for the crystal oscillators. But I don't think I want to do an additional floor. No. Instead, let's put them down over here. I'm missing concrete again. How many manufacturers can I build? None. Okay, I'm missing motors. Yeah, but I will do this. I think I will prepare everything else in between episodes, and then we will put down the 4 remaining manufacturers together and see everything starting. I will also consider whether or not this is the definite layout, or maybe I want to change things up. But in general, this will be the layout. And yeah, maybe these constructors will be turned around because I can simply feed the conveyor belt down under to the other side and then have them facing all the same way. I will think about it in the future. In between episodes, I mean. Okay, and now we need 4 manufacturers. So these actually take a lot of space. But they will be placed here. Maybe even in one line starting from here. But if I put them behind this line, I can do a separate room. Yeah, I think this will be a manufacturing room, then as big as necessary, and this will be the first crafting room for the reinforced iron plates and the cable. Okay, yeah, this is the basic layout idea for the crystal oscillators. Total output will be 4 crystal oscillators for now. Alright, I'm back at the base for the moment, and I actually have to postpone the continuation of our crystal oscillator factory for the next episode. But before I sum this up, I wanted to give you an update about our manufacturer at the bases here, because as you can see, it's now producing modular engines again. And this is because we have our adaptive control units ready. And so, yeah, as I showed earlier, crafting all the parts that we have access of anyways into modular engines will give us double the amount of coupons in the awesome sync. So I will let this run in the background. Let this run continuously so that we can generate more points if necessary, or store the modular engines away for the future. But this was the last project part that we need for phase 3, and we are actually not gonna do this now, but instead we will finish our tasks at first, and then when the time comes we will complete phase 3 and continue with the progress of the further milestones. But yeah, before I start the next episode, I will do some maintenance at our new setups at the Caterium factory, as well as our start for the crystal oscillators. And then in the next one we will continue and hopefully complete our crystal oscillator setup, which will give us 4 crystal oscillators per minute. And then we can continue with other parts, such as the circuit boards, for example. Although I'm not quite sure how big this will turn out, because we will need an increased amount of computers in the future, but in order to automate this we would need 25 of circuit boards per minute anyways, in order to get 2.5 computers per minute. So this is quite an amount, and I have to think about how to do this in the best way. But yeah, this is gonna be a problem for me in between episodes. So all that's left now is to thank you very much again for watching. If you have any feedback, anything that you want to point out, that I missed, that I can improve on, or that you liked, let me know. And I hope to see you in the next episode.